Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand. As always, you are on the Ohio Patriot Education Network channel, and I am, as always, your host, AR, the founder and creator of the Ohio Patriot Education Network. So, for today's episode, we're going to discuss Ohio's Parental Rights Bill, specifically HB 616. There's also another one that came out in the last couple of weeks. That's an actual parental bill of rights that was introduced about 8 days ago that I did not know about until now because I've been checking the Legiscan lately. But checked it. I was looking at some stuff for the original one, and then I found some random. Apparently, it was a quote LGBTQ site for stuff, and they're like, "Why is this a thing in Ohio?" And it's like, because people are sick and tired of having fucking teachers that are turning into indoctrinators and pushing sexual stuff at our fucking children, and not only sexual stuff but also Marxist indoctrination to make these kids fucking future Antifa and BLM terrorists and stuff like that, and also to hate themselves for being white, like the bullshit that is CRT and 1619 Project and stuff like that, dude. So anyway, we're going to talk about all that stuff today. We're also going to talk about a couple other things that I found out about Ohio in the last day or so when it comes to the Hilliard area of the school systems down there in Columbus, which thankfully that's not the one that my niece and nephew were going to, but it very well could be, honestly, if they were living in a different district and stuff like that, dude. And yeah, it's just completely unnecessary for what's going on there. And then, of course, we got some stuff to talk about with Michigan and Georgia both when it comes to current Michigan AG Dana Nissel, who is 100% a fucking pedo in disguise, dude. At this point, there's no way that woman's not, dude. There is, like, with the shit we're gonna talk about today, there is no fucking way that woman's not an active pedophile at this point, dude. And obviously, we're gonna talk about Georgia and that piece of shit Stacey Abrams as well on some stuff with her being super anti-life and a fucking retard on top of that is what it is. So anyway, so first and foremost, we're gonna go to the Ohio story and why parental rights are needed in this state very much right now, as well as why they're needed nationwide, which is, let's see if I can get this link up real quick here. Go ahead and do a screen share here of this. Teachers Union provides Ohio teachers with guide for, quote, anal sex, bondage, and fisting. Why the fuck are you giving teachers BDSM material to push at students? Number one. Number two, anybody that is doing this shit, how the fuck are they still employed after this, dude? It is absolutely fucking ridiculous, dude. I don't care if you're fucking 4 or 14 or what the fuck you are, dude. Kids don't need to be having this bullshit in their fucking school system, dude. You know, it's one thing if you're gonna do like basic sex ed with kids and stuff. You don't go into like hardcore fucking bondage and anal sex and fucking, oh, this is how you fist somebody and stuff like that. Like, what the fuck is the matter with you people, dude? Seriously. Anyway, says teachers in Ohio's Hilliard City School District are allowed to wear, quote, safe space badges with a QR code that leads to how-to guides on extreme sexual content. The badges are being promoted and provided by the National Education Association, who we all know now is a giant fucking pedophile ring at this point. I'm going to call it what it fucking is at this point, dude. You know, I've talked about pedophile rings on this channel before, dude, when it comes to Hollywood and our government and stuff. Why am I not surprised there's a fucking giant one in the fucking school systems at this point, dude, for the teacher unions and stuff like that, dude? And again, this shit wouldn't be going on if you didn't allow hardcore fucking communists and Marxist indoctrinators to take over these fucking places, dude, and push this fucking garbage and not be called the fuck out for it is what it is, dude. Anyway, it said the National Education Association, a major teachers union in the United States. Again, this is why I've talked before about banning teachers unions entirely in this country, dude. This is why I've said that before on this channel, like a year or so ago. This is why I've talked about it many, many times on Rumblequakes and stuff like that. And honestly, that's what needs to happen right now. We just need to start banning teachers unions across this country, dude. And it's because of shit like this, honestly. If they're going to be pushing crap like this, no, they don't need to exist anymore, dude. Fuck yourself. Anyway, according to this Christopher guy on Twitter, he said, according to local news reporting, The National Education Association and its local affiliate in Hilliard, Ohio, have been providing staff in the Hilliard City School District with a QR code enabled badges which point to the NEA LGBTQ plus caucus website. And it talks about all kinds of stuff there. It said one guidebook, Queering Sex Ed, is a program of Planned Parenthood Toronto. Of course, it's fucking Planned Parenthood created, dude. Of course it is. Of course it all. And that's the thing, dude. When you look at the fucking Democrats in the Ohio General Assembly, and pretty much general assemblies across this country, Democrats, who are the biggest funders of their fucking campaigns? It's always Planned Parenthood, and it's always anti-gun groups like Everytown, like Bloomberg, fucking Moms Demand, Students Demand, Giffords, Brady, all that shit like that, dude. So anyway, it said styles itself as a quote recipe book designed to give you more information about some of the sex acts that we don't think get enough play. What in the fucking fuck is wrong with these people, dude? God damn people. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Actually, that one's funny. New survey, 68% of Americans felt safer 2 years ago with Trump in office. Yeah, we didn't know this shit was going on when Trump was in office, dude. That's the only good thing about the shamdemic, honestly, when it's all said and done, dude. The fucking shutdowns, lockdowns, all that stuff like that, is we finally have been outing these motherfuckers in these school systems now, dude. So, anyway, continuing on with this article, though, it said, each, quote, recipe card is a different sexual act, such as anal sex, bondage, rimming, and fisting, and takes the reader through a step-by-step guide how to complete them. Ugh. Ugh. I'm just like what again? And they're pushing this shit at children, man. Now, granted, it could be teenagers, but even still, you can't tell me a bunch of teenagers want to eat ass, man. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, it said, for sadomasochism, quote, playing with giving or receiving pain and humiliation from pleasure, the guide instructs participants to use whips and chains. Another possible act is muffing, using fingers or other objects to stimulate a trans woman or male associated at birth person internally through the. Okay, never mind. I'm not even gonna bother reading the rest of that, dude. I never knew that was a thing, and I'm very disturbed that I do know that's a thing now, dude. Oh my god. Again, man, and they're pushing this at fucking K to 12. Like, Jesus fuck, man. So the guide ends with fisting, and then it talks about what fisting is. We're not going to talk about that, though, because it's not needed to be talked about. I think we all know what fisting is at this point, dude. I'm not going to fucking get into it there. It says other resources include gender activism groups, Scarletine, Sex, etc., Gender Spectrum, the Trevor Project, and Teen Health Source. According to the local ABC6 affiliate, the school district contends that the message of the badges is one of, quote, safety and inclusion for all students. No, it's you to fucking push pedophile bullshit, dude, in fucking schools with kids that are anywhere from 4 to 5 years old to fucking 18 years old. That's the fucking problem right now, dude. There's a huge range of kids in that age range, dude. And when you got teachers walking around with these fucking QR codes and you potentially have kids that are, 5, 6, 7, well, I don't know about anybody giving their 5-year-old a fucking phone, but I mean, I've known of kids that are like 8, 9, 10 years old that have fucking phones, dude. So you're talking about potentially fucking, second, third, fourth, fifth graders and stuff like that, taking out their fucking phone, hitting the QR code with the fucking phone. And it's like, oh, here's a step-by-step guide of how to do anal sex. Here's a step-by-step guide of how to eat ass, etc., dude. And it's like, there is no reason for a fucking single-digit age child to know how to do these things, man, because they're not doing these things. And it's like, fuck. And then people wonder why I'm so for the parental rights bills going through Ohio State House right now, dude, and why I'm planning on submitting legislation here in the next couple of days for something. Oh, of course, Libs of TikTok got a hold of that and said Hilliard Schools allows teachers to wear a safe space badge with a QR code. When scanned, the code leads to inappropriate websites containing sexual explicit content. Superintendent continues to allow badges to be worn in school. That motherfucker needs to be fired on the fucking spot, dude. I don't care if it's a man or a woman. They need to have their asses fucking shit canned, and they need to be like I'll say it like this, dude. Anybody that's involved in this shit, whether it be that fucking teachers union, whether it be the fucking teachers themselves in these school systems, whether it be the principal of the school system, whether it be the fucking superintendent over the school system, everybody needs to be facing fucking child sex charges at this point, dude. I mean that seriously. They need to be branded fucking pedophiles at this point and be facing fucking hardcore fucking felonies in the state of Ohio, dude, over this shit. Like enough is enough of this crap, dude. You want to get this shit off of schools permanently? Start slapping these fucking people with fucking felonies, dude, and they'll go away real fucking quick, honestly. Because they're the ones pushing this shit, honestly, dude. Or they're sitting back doing a blind eye and being like, nah, it's fine. It's whatever, bro. Let's keep doing it. Sorry, internet took a dip there for a sec. As I was saying, the superintendent guy, Dave Stewart, needs to be fired on the fucking spot and investigated for potential child porn and stuff like that, dude. And pushing fucking sexually explicit material to children is what it is. Tried to sit here and claim, quote, the QR code on the back of the badge is not there to be shared with students. Rather, it is provided to adults by the NEA should they be interested in learning more about LGBTQ plus issues and supporting their students in that particular phrasing. Bull fucking shit, dude. The badges should not even be there to begin with, dude. End of fucking story. There is no reason for these fucking adults to be wearing this shit in the school system to begin with, man. You know, I'll tell you what, the worst thing ever happened to America's school system, and I'll say it like this right now, dude, that God was taken out of schools. And it's as simple as that, dude. And it's the same thing across the fucking board now. You know, it's basically people back in the day that were talking about, oh, you know, gay marriage is going to be this slippery slope to something else. I had no fucking problem with civil unions and stuff like that of gay people, dude. And I'm going to say it like it is. The thing is, now that we're seeing, you know, 10, 15, 20 years later, I think it's around 20 years later now, actually. Now we're seeing this slippery slope that has happened then. And now it's like, no, let us fucking, you know, go teach your kids. Oh, let us fucking indoctrinate your kids. Oh, let us basically fuck your kids now. And it's like, how about no? How about go fuck yourself? How about let's fucking fight it out, bro? Seriously. How about we're going to remove you from this fucking position forever and blackball you from education? How about that? And that's what we're seeing the pushback, rightfully so now. And that's what it's going to take, dude. It's going to take fucking blackballing these pieces of shit from our education system, dude, to get rid of them entirely. And like I said, I don't need my fucking 15-year-old nephew and I don't need my fucking single-digit age niece learning about this bullshit, dude. Being indoctrinated with this fucking garbage in their schools, dude. They should be learning reading, writing, math, all that stuff like that, dude. You shouldn't have a fucking math teacher trying to teach kids, oh, this is why you're a piece of shit for being a white child. Oh, this is why you need to go learn gay anal sex now. Like, no, fuck yourself, dude. Seriously. It's time to get rid of these damn indoctrinators, dude. It's time to get rid of the fucking the college age commies that are going into these fucking teaching positions, dude, period. Across the board. And if that means that we now have a bunch of fucking parents come together and you have one or two parents take the lead and stuff like that, and they're the ones doing, you know, groups of homeschooled kids, whatever the case be, that's what it needs to be then, man. If it goes back to a point where you would have people like myself who don't have actual education stuff teaching these kids the right way to do things, like some forestry stuff and whatnot, you know, how to build a fire, how to set a fucking snare and stuff like that. Actual practical life skills and stuff like that they could have in the future, dude. You know, trapping, hunting, all that stuff like that is what it is, man. Because honestly, it is fucking stupid when you think about it, man, that you have young boys in our school system right now that are being forced to basically sit there for 6-8 hours a day, give or take, depending on age range and stuff, to where they're not going to be able to sit for that long. They're going to be wanting to go out there and they're going to be wanting to explore and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, have fucking classes that allow them to do that, dude. Separate that. If you have to, separate the shit by gender for a little bit too. You know, have the boys go do this thing for a couple of years in the first couple of years of grade school and stuff like that, and have the chicks, the young girls that are in there, have them fucking, you know, learn a different way is what it is, man. And maybe we'll be better off as a country after that, man. And if some of the young girls want to join the young boys and stuff like that out there to explore and shit, that's fine too. They can have that as well. But like I said, I believe there's definitely a different way to do education now, and it sure as shit ain't fucking allowing these damn indoctrinators in our school systems anymore, dude. So, anyway, continuing on back with the rest of this, though. As the superintendent Dave Stewart said, any teacher who choose to wear one of the badges clearly understood that the resources at the link were intended for adults, not students. He continued, bullshit, dude. Bull fucking shit. This is one of the lamest ass fucking excuses I've ever heard in my entire life right now from this fucking superintendent down at Hilliard Schools, dude. He is a fucking scumbag. He is a sack of fucking shit. And like I said, he needs to be fucking investigated, dude. He needs to be investigated for pushing sexual content at children, and potentially, I would say investigated beyond that to see if the guy has a fucking giant fucking server full of child porn or something like that, dude. Because it wouldn't fucking surprise me. I mean, hell, there has been so many people in Ohio in the last like 10 years or so, dude, that were in the schooling systems and stuff like that that have been picked up for fucking child sex trafficking stuff. It's not even funny, dude, anymore. Whether it be teachers banging students, whether it be fucking random fucking other educators and stuff like that going out there to meet up with young boys or girls or whatever the case be to again engage with sexual content with them and stuff like that, or sexual conduct with them is what it is, dude, etc., etc. Anyway, continuing on with this though, it said obviously the guy he was trying to clarify that supposedly it was teachers, not students, that were supposed to have the stuff. It said, despite that, the Ohio Press Network reported Thursday that a school board meeting last week, students were seen speaking and holding up the badges that were apparently intended for adults only. Exactly, dude. They're not for adults only. You're going to have these piece of shit fucking adults, these fucking 22 to 27-year-old fucking teachers and stuff like that now that shouldn't even be in our fucking school system, dude. Or even maybe 30, 35 for that matter. Because they're all the fucking hardcore. These are the people, by the way, these fucking indoctrinators, dude, are the same fucking cunts that will go out there and vote for fucking piece of shit trash like Allison Russo every single fucking election cycle, dude. And keep voting these fucking piece of shit Democrats, these goddamn oath-breaking fucking cunts like Russo back into our fucking state house, dude, that take legit bribes from Moms Demand Action. Anyway. Let's see, it said, when asked by the Ohio Press Network how a student could have obtained the badge, Hilliard City School Communications Director Stacy Redderman said that student is the child of a staff member. I was told the child was given a badge to hold while speaking. Bullshit. I'm gonna call bullshit. It's a fucking cop-out, dude, is what that crap is right there. Let's see, it said Redderman further told the outlet that no other students had access to the badges, but that there was no way of knowing if a student accessed the guides using the QR code. Of course, dude, because that's the whole fucking point. There is no fucking way to know that shit. And that's exactly why you should know these fucking badges in the damn schools, dude. So, Redderman in an email said that the content provided by the badges is to be used for teacher, quote, growth and personal development. So apparently teachers being into BDSM is fucking for growth and personal development. Are you fucking kidding me, bitch? Go fuck yourself, Stacy. Seriously. It's that you cannot articulate what that might look like or what teachers can gain from the sexually explicit material because they don't gain anything, dude, except they're into some fucking freaky kink shit is what it is, dude. And again, Do I really want somebody who gets their ass beat by whips and chains and stuff like that and goes full fucking gimp on the weekends to be teaching my fucking kids Monday through Friday? Fuck no, I don't want those fucking people in my school system, dude. Anyway, I don't think anybody else does either for that matter in this state, man. At least not the good fucking parents and stuff don't. Anyway, said parents have threatened the school district with a lawsuit. They should have already sued them at this point, dude. I'm gonna say it like it is right now. So according to the Ohio Press Network, saying they are, quote, concerned the district is allowing manipulations of students to manifest gender dysphoria symptoms at schools and encouraging them to transition to a sex opposite their biological birth. The parents seek prior knowledge of sex conduct or sexual content or education before their children are exposed to it, said Stewart continues to allow teachers to wear the badges. Fucking hell, like, seriously. Like, I'm gonna call on the Journal Assembly right now, dude. Remove this fucking cocksucking piece of shit, Dave Stewart, from the superintendent role in the Hilliard School District there, dude. That's in the Columbus area, bro. Like, remove his fucking ass from office, dude, entirely. I don't know if they have the power to do it or not, but they fucking need to. I don't care who has the power. Shit, dude. Fucking Franklin County. This is a call to the Franklin County Sheriff right now. The person who is the Franklin County Sheriff, arrest Dave Stewart, the Hilliard School District Superintendent, over him literally pushing sexually inappropriate material at fucking children, dude. There are laws on the books in the Ohio Revised Code / Ohio Constitution that directly consider this shit to be child abuse, dude. Arrest this motherfucker on child abuse, man. Seriously. And I would say fucking peddling smut too, for that matter, man. Because there's also those kind of fucking shit on there too, man. It's like 3rd, 4th degree, 5th degree felony, something like that is what it is. It's what they're always charging these fucking teachers with, man, when they're trying to hook up with students and shit like that. Yeah, needless to say, I'm fucking mad pissed, dude. Like, this is enough of this bullshit, dude. Yeah, as this person said in the comment section, just when I thought this world couldn't get any crazier, and then I see this, these people are out of their damn minds. Exactly. It's just fucking like, oh my god, dude. It just pisses me off beyond belief, dude. It really does. And then moving on to Michigan, specifically the AG of that fucking shithole. Well, Michigan itself is not a shithole. The fucking shitholers are the fucking politicians that have been put in place there. Specifically, pieces of shit like Dana Nissel. Video, Michigan Attorney General calls for a drag queen in every school. I call for Dana Nissel to be removed from office by force at this point, dude. She needs, like, Michigan has recall voting, dude. They try to do it with Whitmer. The only reason Whitmer didn't go out is because of Secretary of State Jacqueline Benson, who should have also been fucking thrown out at that point. And Dana Nissel needs to be tossed out with them, dude. These women are a coven of witches for sure, man. 100%. You cannot tell me that they're not demon summoners and stuff like that, dude, and they're not potentially possessed at this point. Says Michigan Freedom Fund released an ad that shows footage of Michigan Attorney General Dana Nissel calling for a drag queen in every school. The advertisement centers around comments from Democrat Attorney General Dan Nissel, who remarked on camera, I say this, a drag queen for every school, that is what would be fun for kids. Yeah, if you're a fucking pedophile, bitch, which it sounds like you fucking are, honestly. Said, quote, our kids' math and reading levels are falling to historic lows, the ad goes on to note. Nissel continues saying, you know what's not a problem for kids who are seeking a good education? Drag queens. Okay. Let me say this, drag queens. Not only are drag queens not hurting our kids, drag queens make everything better. No, they don't, dude. And again, if adults over the age of 18 want to go to a fucking drag show and hang out with drag queens, that's on them. You know, as far as I understand, some of that shit is fun. Does that shit need to be pushed on children? No, it does not, unless you are trying to fucking molest kids, you sick fucking cunt. And this is the exact kind of shit I'm talking about, dude. And this is why I'm going to call Dana Nissel a pedophile right now, dude, because she's a fucking pedophile for pushing this shit, dude. Anyway, said, quote, "Our children deserve better. They need real solutions." The ad from the Michigan Freedom Fund concludes. So it was revealed that Nissel expressed support for a, quote, drag queen in every school early this summer, though the video had not yet been released. One article refers to the comments, which were delivered at a conference hosted by Michigan Department of Civil Rights, as a joke. No, it's not. That's the thing, dude. If you pay it, like, this is what I've been saying forever, dude. If you actually go pay attention to the first couple of Rumble Quakes I did over there on Rumble, I talked about it when it came to human life stuff, dude. You literally have God's children, the good people, people like myself, who are now fighting against pure evil like Dana Nissel and company, dude. And that's the big thing with fucking demons, by the way. That's the big thing with demonically possessed people, people that want to do spells and shit, like Dana Nissel and fucking Gretchen Whitmer and all these other sick fucks like that, dude. They have to tell you what they're doing before they do it. Because that's what makes the spells actually work. And that's exactly why you have Nissel being like, yeah, we need a drag queen in every school, bro. And that's why they're pushing this sick and disgusting depravity on everybody, dude. Because they know that they are not fully human anymore. Anyway, not to mention the fact that Nissel should have been tossed out of office several times over now for the anti-gun shit she's pulled as well, dude. I talked about her being an oath-breaking cunt like a year ago. Again, when I had a different name on this channel, that's all. The video still exists on the channel. There's not public anymore. So I may end up re-uploading them someplace else at some point in the future here, though. But anyway, and that's why I specifically called Nissel, Whitmer, and Benson all a coven of witches, because they really are, honestly, dude. Anyway, let's see here now. Said, according to Detroit News, Nissel disregarded parental concerns that their children may be exposed to drag queens at schools, which she called, quote, fake issues. The Democratic Attorney General also complained about wedge issues that don't help us, that don't heal us, but divide us. Oh, you mean like you dividing everybody there, you fucking cunt? Said Dana Nissel is up for re-election on November 8th and is facing off against Republican candidate for Michigan Attorney General Matthew DePerno. Yeah, this guy right here, this Matthew guy, needs to win the AG ship in Michigan, dude. Everybody that's a Michigan voter, vote for this Matthew guy, dude. Get Nissel the fuck out of the AG's office, dude, for real. And maybe this Matthew guy can actually indict that fucking cunt after the fact, dude. Anyway, this Matthew guy's also been endorsed by President Trump, so yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. There is no need, like, seriously, Nissel shouldn't even be in office anymore, dude. She needs to be gone right now. Same thing with Whitmer, same thing with fucking Jacqueline Benson and stuff like that, dude. Honestly, I've said it before, I'll say it again, man. The worst thing that I'm trying to think what the guy's name is now. I want to say his first name was Lee, but I could be wrong about that one. It was the dude who was the ex Speaker of the House there in Michigan around 2020. The worst thing that dude did was not impeach Gretchen Whitmer and impeach Garland Gilchrist and take over the fucking governorship himself there and then remove Nissel and Benson from office as well, dude, as governor. And that's the problem with that. That is, again, the problem with the Republican Party in this country entirely, dude, is that they don't have the fucking balls to actually seize power like that. That they could legally do, by the way, because everybody above them is a bunch of fucking criminals, dude. And by the way, for those interested, the Speaker of the House of Michigan is actually the third in line of succession. For Ohio, it goes lieutenant governor, or sorry, it technically goes governor, and then it's lieutenant governor, and then, well, actually, I guess it would be second line of succession then, because the first line of succession would be the lieutenant governor. So yeah, so you would have had the Speaker of the House there in Michigan be the second guy or gal that could assume power after governor is removed, basically. For Ohio, it would be our president of the Senate is what it is, because it goes lieutenant governor, president of the Senate, Speaker of the House, Secretary of State, and then it's either auditor or treasurer, I forget which one, and then it's the opposite position after that, and then AG is the last in the line of succession then. So, but anyway, as this guy in the comment section said here, he said, "How about an astronaut in every school, or a marine biologist in every school, or a doctor in every school, or a computer engineer in every school? Anyone who thinks a drag queen in every school is a positive thing is a deviant." Exactly, dude. Exactly. And that's the problem right now. And yeah, it's like I said, dude. I believe truthfully it's these people just pushing their demonic entity shit up this in our country, dude. And speaking of demonic entity shit, we're going to talk about this as the last Breitbart article of the day, and then we're going to go on to talk about Ohio's parental rights stuff after this. You had piece of shit Stacey Abrams, who should have been arrested back in 2018 for massive voter fraud, and the fact that Brian Kemp hasn't done so in the past 3 years as governor there is fucking ridiculous. Stacey Abrams claims fatal heartbeat a, quote, manufactured sound to outlaw abortion. And this stupid fucking cunt, who was already proven to be a cheater in 2018, is now trying to run for Georgia governor again, dude. Again, this is why we need automatic disqualifications as a 20th Amendment to the Constitution, up to and including disqualification from the fucking running entirely, dude. Abrams has no place being in fucking any position right now, or even running for any position right now, dude. Fuck her. Says Georgia Democrat gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams aired her abortion extremism this week when she suggested fetal heartbeats are a, quote, manufactured sound designed to control a woman's body. The fact that somebody didn't immediately knock her on her fucking ass after that, dude, is everything that's wrong with this country. The fact that somebody didn't knock her fucking teeth out after that, dude, is seriously everything wrong with this country right now, honestly, dude. So, anyway. She's claimed there is no such thing as a heartbeat at 6 weeks, except there fucking is, you dumb cunt. She claimed before a panel, it is a manufactured sound designed to convince people men have a right to take control of a woman's body. Well, first of all, again, it's not a woman's body. It's their fucking womb, and it happens to be a child growing in their fucking womb, you dumb fucking piece of shit cunt. You may actually know that, Stacey Abrams, if you ever had a fucking child, but you don't because you're a demon fucking Democrat who loves to fucking kill kids in the womb, who loves to take people's gun rights away, and who wants to sit there and be the fucking it girl for the Democrat Party and the 2024 fucking nominee, probably fucking VP nominee for fucking piece of shit Gavin Newsom, another fucking demon pedophile piece of shit. Fucking cunt. And I mean that for both those people, by the way. I mean, both of those people are fucking cunts. Both Stacey Abrams is a fucking cunt and Gavin Newsom is a fucking cunt, dude. Fuck both those fucking people. Oh, and then of course you got fucking super creeper fucking piece of shit Jared Kushner claiming Ron DeSantis' migrant flights are very troubling. Fuck you, Kushner. If it wasn't for your bitch ass motherfucker, Trump would have been one of the best presidents in the 4 years he had the presidency, dude. But your bitch ass was fucking tying his other hand behind his back with stupid fucking bullshit in the back rooms. I talked to people about that recently, actually, and I heard some people saying some stuff about that recently about how the worst thing Trump ever did was not just remove people from his fucking cabinets and stuff like that, dude, that were clearly fucking idiots, is what it was. And Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump, his daughter, should have been the first two of them out of there, dude. Best thing he could have done was told them to go fuck off and actually control the business side of things. Hey, I'm going to bring your brothers back in here to be my fucking aides, is what it is then. And that's who should have been there. It should have been Don Jr. and Eric should have been the people that were by his side the whole time, dude. Anyway, where are we going now? It said Abrams was undoubtedly taking aim at the 2019 Georgia law that banned most abortions in the state after doctors can detect a fetal heartbeat, which usually happens around the 6-week mark. Since most women do not learn of their pregnancy in the first 6 weeks, the law effectively bans all abortions in the Peach State, though the law faced numerous hurdles. It finally went into effect this year after the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. Yay! Yes! Life wins, baby. 50 years late. 50 years late, dude. Honestly, I've said it before, I'll say it again, man. The worst thing ever happened in this country was Roe versus Wade, because now you have a human decline of American citizens for the past 5 decades, where we could have just had Americans being born and being in jobs and stuff like that. You wouldn't have to import the fucking third world and the first world, et cetera, and turn us into the second world and then eventually the third world like we're becoming now with open borders and shit like that. So, anyway. Yeah, I said Georgia Democrat Stacey Abrams claimed no such thing as thing. So, reminder: Abrams supports no limits on abortion. So yeah, she wants to kill. I guarantee you, if she supports no limits on abortion, dude, she would be one of these sick fuckers like these California Democrats right now that are trying to let kids be killed 2 years after birth. Man, that would be my guess, honestly, at this point. Is that she's one of these sick fucking demons, dude. So speaking with CNN, Abrams promised that abortion will be front and center of her campaign. She's just like Stacey Abrams is literally the black Nan Whaley, dude. I'm gonna say it like it is right now. Nan Whaley, Democrat gubernatorial candidate for Ohio right now, is pushing the same exact extremist bullshit, dude. And again, the fact that both of these women are not DQ'd from fucking running, dude, entirely is everything wrong with this country, honestly. Both of them should be tossed the fuck out of these races and be told to fuck themselves. Be like, you cannot run for office, go eat a dick. Is what it is. Anyway. Yeah, she wanted to talk about Kemp's 6-week ban, blah, blah, blah. So the recent poll conducted with the Atlantic Journal-Constitution and University of Georgia Survey Research Center found Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has widened his lead over Abrams, while Republican Herschel Walker has overtaken Democrats, current Democrat cheating motherfucker Randolph Warnock in the U.S. Senate race. Said Kemp received 50%, Abrams received 42%, 6% of respondents said that they were undecided. Said the grim results for Abrams led to one pro-Abrams pollster opining on social media that the AJC, Georgia's largest newspaper, had published bad polling, revoking one of Abrams' top issues since her first gubernatorial loss in 2018. The pollster added, "This seems a lot like voter suppression by poll." Bullshit, dude. Go fuck yourself, kid. So, it's just fucking ridiculous, dude. Anyway, no, it's fucking you people being a bunch of pieces of shit, dude, is what it is. And that's the entire fucking point. Like I said, honestly, I think where we're heading right now is 100% going to be balkanization in the next 5 years or less. And I believe, truthfully, it could be by 2024 at this point, depending on how things go this winter and then, spring and stuff, 2023 and stuff like that. And really how the 2022 midterms go, if we even have them at all. And yeah, that'll definitely be a factor if they try to shut down elections, like how quickly shit's going to spark then, dude, is what it would be then. But anywho, continuing on, though, to some stuff we want to talk about right now, which is basically... We're going to talk about first of all, we're going to talk about two different Ohio pieces of legislation. We're going to talk about actually a third one as well, which is HB 721 that was introduced last week, as well as 722, and then 616, which is going to be the first one in the book right now. So, first of all, this is something I talked about on the channel before. I'll talk about it again, though. So, HB 616, which is going to be going up for committee hearings pretty soon. I believe it is sometime next week. And this is the one that I'm actually going to write legislation in favor of. So basically what 616 would do is, as it is written, regards promotion, teaching division, inherently racist concepts is the title of it, which is basically to do a bunch of stuff in the revised code regarding promotion and teaching of divisive and inherently racist concepts in public schools. So basically it's going to do away with that stuff if it ever gets there. And of course it was first termer Mike Loychek, and then a woman that came back again for another term as first term, Gene Schmidt, were the two people on this. One thing I thought that was funny, though, and this goes back to the comment sections a few months back now. So you have these morons in the comment section for this. You got the Shane guy saying, "Totally unnecessary. Why waste time and money on such divisive subjects? Why teach such divisive subjects, Shane?" Oh, I don't know. Maybe because we're allowing communist indoctrinators in our fucking school systems, asshole. Maybe that's fucking why. And no, it's not a waste of time and taxpayer money to actually put legislation like this on the books. It's time for parents and guardians of kids to have a fucking say in their child's education, dude. And that's the entire fucking point, asswipe. Then you got this Jacqueline woman saying, "One of the least American pieces of legislation I've ever read. I must have been away when we decided as a nation freedom is only free to those who agree with me." Dude, these fucking people 100% just sound like fucking leftist turds, honestly. I'm just gonna say it like it is, dude. And by the way, no, what we're talking about, Jacqueline, with this is we're talking about banning legitimately anti-white racist shit like critical race theory and fucking 1619 Project. And by the way, the 1619 Project, for those that don't know, is literal fucking fake history, dude. It was written by Nicole Hannah Jones, I was what her name is. She admitted many fucking times that the shit was fucking fake and made up and stuff like that, dude. And the entire point of the whole fucking 1619 thing was supposed to be about like, oh, America's this racist ass place, even though we weren't a fucking country until 1776, which in reality, if going by the Constitution and stuff like that, it was more like 1789. And we didn't have a revolution until 1776 is what it was, to actually fight for our independence as a country is what it was then. So yeah, you're talking about essentially 100 and almost 60 years before that is what she's trying to claim is like, oh, this is pre-America, America. And it's like, no, you're just a fucking idiot, lady. Go fuck yourself. And the fact you got pieces of shit pedophiles like Oprah fucking backing her ass up is everything that's we should show with that fucking country, dude, entirely. And why we need to stop listening to Hollywood elitists is what it is, dude, entirely in this country. So, anyway, this William Carpenter guy said the bill's wording is fair. The state is the one who tells the schools things they are not allowed to teach, such as Nazism or racism being acceptable, and they are doing that here. They are extending what is considered racist and telling a growing child that they are telling a growing child that they are racist because they are Caucasian is in and of itself racist and should not be allowed. Teaching K to third graders that they can be what they want gender-wise, and teaching them about sexuality or any sort of thing is a crime. And he goes on from there, basically. And then some dumb bitch said, where are those things being taught at in Ohio schools? Oh, I guarantee you they're being taught, lady. Fucking go to any school district across this fucking state right now, and I guarantee you're going to find some Marxist indoctrinator teaching that shit, dude. Again, they're not going to openly fucking tell you, dude. You would have to put hidden cameras in the fucking school, in the classrooms to actually see that shit firsthand, dude. And that's the exact thing that happened during these Zoom calls, by the way. It was during the 2020 lockdowns and stuff. This is where this all started, by the way. It was back in the 2020 lockdowns when you had these kids being forced to do like Zoom calls and stuff like that for classes and shit, the virtual learning stuff, dude. Is where the parents started walking by the kids' rooms and stuff when they were when the teachers were talking to them about some stuff or whatever the case be, and they're like, oh, and now we're going to talk about this thing or whatever it is, and the parents are like, wait, what the fuck? Because it was like some divisive shit, and they're just like, why are you teaching? And you had parents literally run up to the screen, they're like, why the fuck are you teaching my kid this shit, Mrs. Simpson? Or Miss Simpson or whatever the fuck it was. Or Mr. Matthews or who the fuck the person was at that point. And it's like, exactly, dude. And then, of course, that idiot Caitlyn girl finished her thing off with this bill is unnecessary. No, what's unnecessary is you'd have voting rights, you dumb bitch. And I said it before and I'll say it again, dude. Honestly, I'll tell you what. If we as a country redid voting entirely in this nation based on how much of a constitutionalist somebody was and how much they knew about the U.S. Constitution and stuff like that, dude, you would have a lot of people lose voting rights immediately. Is what it would be. If they actually had to pass a test and know, like, pretty much their constitutional rights and stuff like that, dude, and, like, various things about the founding fathers and shit, you would have a fuck ton of people not know a damn thing, and they would lose voting rights immediately, dude. And honestly, that's kind of what it should be at this point. Because if you're going to be too fucking dumb to not know your own country's history and not know your own fucking actual freedoms and stuff like that, maybe you shouldn't have voting rights to begin with, is what it is, man. I'm just going to say it like it is right now. So, anyway, there was another dude on this named Jacob that said he agreed with William 100%. Said those types of things should be left in the hands of the children themselves and their guardians. Teaching it to them early may just make them believe they have to behave similar to how they are taught. Exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's all indoctrination, dude. Yeah, this idiot Tom guy, 23 weeks ago said, oh, this is just like the Florida bill. It's bigoted and homophobic. No, it's neither one of those things, you fucking idiot. And this is the problem with the people that don't bother reading legislation, dude. They just believe what the fucking media tells them every fucking time. It's just a stupid motherfucker. And are just literally fucking puppets, is what it is, dude. And you got this other idiot named Michaels who said, this legislation, as I read it, is a piece of legislation that's looking for a reason to exist. No, it's looking to call out the fucking indoctrinators in our school system, dude. That's what it's looking to do right now, buddy. That's exactly what it's looking to do right now. So, Also, I'd like to point something out too. There was at least one teacher in the past couple of weeks now, because HB 616 is going up for committee hearings and stuff, dude, that she actually resigned from her teaching position, claiming, "Oh, I can't teach now because of this stuff." Why? Because you were indoctrinating this whole fucking time, you worthless cunt? That would be my guess, honestly, dude. And the fact you're willing to leave education after X amount of years of being in it, lady, proves to me that you should never have been to begin with, honestly, and why you should be blackballed from this entire fucking educational system in our state entirely. And fucking run out of town on the rails, honestly, is what it is, dude, for real. So, this one I thought was pretty interesting. It's actually by a bunch of Democrats. This one is called HB 721. It was introduced last week. And it said, summary is to amend a few sections of the revised code to prohibit Ohio Supreme Court judges and statewide executive officers from holding other employment or paid positions. So to me, what that almost sounds like is they're just trying to force them to be a politician only, which is silly as shit, honestly, dude. Because the thing is, when you look at a lot of what's going on in our state house right now, you got people like Nina Vitale, who's going to be termed out at the end of the year. He actually owns a business that I believe they make the tires for like MRAPs and stuff like that in the state, or something similar to that, like armored vehicles for the government and shit like that's what it is, and like parts and stuff for that. So yeah, why shouldn't he be allowed to have his own business, dude? Like, it's just ridiculous. I'd also like to point out that everybody on this list, from Mary Lightbody, who tried to give Amy Acton a run fucking day, to Casey Weinstein, who's a literal hate hoaxer and an anti-gunner that tried to push mag bans a couple years ago, to fucking Beth Liston, Jessica Miranda, and especially Allison Russo, all 8 of these assholes that are on this, dude, are 100% in the pocket of Moms Demand Action, are 100% in the pocket of Planned Parenthood, and are being bought and paid for by these people. So, yeah. How about instead of introducing that kind of crap, we have Republicans introduce something in the state house that basically says, hey, let's start investigating state officials for their ties to various anti-gun and anti-life groups. Because that would be an interesting one, and I guarantee you'd find a fuck ton of fucking bribes going on there, dude. But another one that I want to talk about today, this is where we're going to finish things off at, which is the new piece of legislation that was introduced. This is the one I talked about earlier with the local gay community people talking about this stuff and being, oh my God, it's so terrible. No, it's not. No, it's not. You sick pedo pushers. You got House Bill 722, which is to amend sections 3314.03 and 3326.11 and to enact section 3313.473 of the revised code to enact the, quote, Parental Bill of Rights to require public schools to adopt a prescribed policy on parental notification on student health and well-being and instructional materials with sexual explicit content. And I guarantee you, what's interesting is this was introduced almost a week before the Hilliard thing came out now, dude. So the fact that Hilliard thing now came out, this is even more proof of why this is needed now, dude. And this was DJ Swearingen and Sarah Carruthers, which, by the way, DJ Swearingen is the asshole who fucked us over on constitutional carry being a clean bill. Sarah Carruthers is running up against some douchebag kid named Sam Lawrence, who's like 18 or 19 years old. I hope she fucking mops the fucking floor with that little punk ass fucking Democrat kid, dude. Because that kid, again, you want to talk about people that need to be fucking thrown out of the race, dude? Sam Lawrence is bought and paid for by March for Our Lives, dude. His entire campaign is funded by those people. He is 100% bribed by the anti-gun fucking left at this point, dude. And should be tossed out of the race based on that alone. Carruthers herself maybe should be thrown out of office too, because I heard there's like pay-to-play scandals going on there with her and shit. So I don't know, man. Like I said, honestly, if we did a whole thing where we did Ohio the correct way right now, you would just have the entire General Assembly be told to fuck off entirely, and we would have 99 new people in office. Is what it is, dude. For the state house, and 33 new people in the state senate is what it would be. And most of them would be good people like myself as constitutionalists is what it would be then. So, anyway. But, anywho. Continuing back, we're actually going to finish reading this, though. Yeah, this is introduced on the 15th, so that would be a week ago Thursday. And we're going to go ahead and see about looking at a PDF for this and read that PDF thing for it to see exactly what it covers and stuff here. Which my assumption is it's a lot of like stopping kids from being taught like transgenderism crap in schools, which is what it should be anyway, dude. It's ridiculous to teach that kind of shit in schools. So, no need for it, man. There's no need to fuck up 29 kids when one kid's gender confused. It is what it is. So, anyway, yeah, it said Board of Education of each city, state, and local, city, local, exempt village, and joint vocational school district shall develop and adopt a policy to promote parental involvement in this public school system. Policy shall require a school district to do all of the following: 1. Notify the parents of students prior to instruction involving materials that include sexually explicit content and identify the specific instructional materials and sexually explicit subjects. B of that, allow the parent of the student to review instructional material that includes sexually explicit content and, at the parent's request, provide the student with alternative instruction that does not include that sexually explicit content. 2. Notify a student's parent of any change in the student's services or monitoring relating to the student's mental, emotional, or physical health or well-being, or the student's ability to provide a safe and supportive learning environment for the student. The policy shall specify that notice to parents shall reinforce the fundamental right of parents to make decisions regarding the upbringing and control of their children, and that the school district shall not inhibit parental access to the student's education and health records maintained by the school. That's one thing that's always bothered me too, is like the whole health records thing, or just the students' records and stuff like that. My guess with that second part there about the records and stuff is probably the fact that you have parents actually trying to take their kids out of schools and homeschool them now, and you have these fucking shithole indoctrination centers that they want to call schools now, public education, that are holding up the records and stuff like that. Is what it was for the last couple of years now. Anyway, it says Section 3 prohibits school district personnel from directly or indirectly engaging or encouraging a student to withhold from a parent information concerning the student's mental, emotional, or physical health or well-being, or a change in related services or monitoring. The policy shall prohibit school district personnel from discouraging or prohibiting parental notification of and involvement in critical decisions affecting a student's mental, emotional, and physical health and well-being. However, the policy shall permit school district personnel to withhold such information from a parent if a reasonably prudent person would believe that disclosure would result in abuse, abandonment, or neglect. So basically, if let's say it like this: if a kid comes to a teacher in a school system here in Ohio and tells the teacher, they're like, "Hey, Mrs. Johnson, my dad, doesn't know that I'm gay and is gonna beat the shit out of me if I'm gay, or is gonna fucking, kick me out of the house if I tell him I'm gay, or whatever the case be." That would be where they're not allowed to fucking tell the parent about that stuff. That's where it actually helps the kid, is what it is, man. So, or if they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm transgender," or whatever the case be, again, that would be, the helping the student out is what it is on that situation. Anyway, let's see. It said that belief shall not be based on a parent's religious or political beliefs. So basically saying, oh, because your dad's Republican or whatever the case be, or your mom's fucking whatever, then that they can't withhold that stuff based on their political beliefs, or if they're like Christians or whatever it would be then. It said number 4, at the beginning of the school year, notify parents of each healthcare service offered at their student's school and work with parents to create a healthcare plan for each student that is approved by the student's parent. Sounds like a goddamn me, honestly, dude. Especially after 2020 and them fucking with kids' mental health for real for like decades to come now. They're creating the Mexican Joker shit there, man. We're just gonna have kids go fucking nuts at some point. Anyway, it says part 5. Permit a parent to file with the school district a written concern regarding a topic addressed in the section. The policy shall establish a process to resolve each concerns within 30 days after the receipt. Under the policy, school district shall notify parents of their right to file a written concern. B, as used in this section, 1, parent has the same meaning in section of the other stuff of the revised code. 2, sexually explicit content means any description of or any picture, photograph, drawing, motion picture film, digital image, or similar visual representation depicting sexual conduct. So exactly what they're pushing at Hillary is what it was there, dude. And then it goes on to talk about other stuff here that's not part of this new stuff. Let's see if there's anything else that's in this, though. Looks like that might be it, actually. Let me just confirm here. It's got 17 pages here to go through. Yeah, it looks like it's just the rest of the revised code that would be part of then. So, and there's various stuff relating to that. Yep, okay, that was it then. So yeah, so basically it's just them being like, hey, we're gonna allow parents to have a say in their child's mental health is what it is, dude, and stuff, as it should be. You know, again, anybody that has a problem with this is a fucking idiot, dude. And I'm gonna say it like it is. Anybody that has a problem with this, just like anybody has a problem with HB 616, maybe shouldn't be around children ever again. Is what it is, man. Because they're probably not a good influence on kids. Because they may be something out there. You never know, man. But anyway, yeah, it just infuriates the shit out of me, dude, that people don't even bother fucking reading stuff, dude. And if they want to sit there and claim that they can read stuff or whatever the case be, or if they're like, oh well, I find this thing because the media told me to be fucking pissed about this. It's like, because you're a fucking idiot, because you're a lemming, dude. That's the whole point. And that's exactly what's wrong with our country right now, dude. Is you got too many fucking people that are just a bunch of lazy, willfully ignorant motherfuckers that want to sit there and bitch and moan and stuff like that, that will believe fucking fake news attack ad bullshit against candidates that are good fucking people for the most part in a lot of cases. And then we'll be like, oh, I don't understand why voting Democrat for the past 40 years of my life, why nothing changes now. Oh, gee, I don't know, maybe because you fucking voted Democrat for 4 goddamn decades in a row, you fucking idiot. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude, I fucking woke up to that shit when I was like 22. It didn't take me that long, bro. It's like 22 to 26 somewhere in there is when I stopped voting Democrat by default and started voting other ways, man. At one point, I voted Libertarian. Right now, I'm technically a registered Republican because we don't have fucking third-party options in this state, which is absolute bullshit entirely, because I should be a registered internet Libertarian right now, dude. And if I ever did run for office, I'd be the first internet Libertarian in the state of Ohio is what it would be, man, for office holding then. So, anyway, yeah, like I said, it's a bunch of shit all the way around, dude, and I'm so fucking sick and tired of this crap, dude. And this is just more proof. HB 722 is needed. This is more proof that HB 616 is needed right now, dude. And why hopefully both of them will be fast-tracked through the General Assembly in the next month or two. And you'll be in place by the time winter break basically starts then, in January and shit, dude. Honestly, if they did it smartly, what they should do is basically do an appropriation for this stuff, because the way that Ohio works right now is, if you are trying to get through legislation and stuff like that, and you want it basically enacted immediately, you will go for appropriations and stuff like that, or a sitting governor can do that as well. They could be like, hey, we're going to do an appropriation here. And the thing is, the appropriation thing could be as little as like, hey, we're going to make a thing that's like $10 basically, or $5 even. And it would be a situation there where it's like, yeah, we need to fund like some kind of program in this or something like that. And it's like, you know, like I said, a few dollars or whatever the case be, but in reality, it would be like more money than that probably after the fact. And the thing is, with that appropriation, then if they got it, you know, if it was like a larger appropriation, like a few $1,000s or maybe a few $100,000 or $1 million, whatever it is, then, and they're able to get that through then, as part of the thing or whatever, then you would just have that be in place immediately. Then it wouldn't take 90 days to take effect then, like they did with the constitutional carry and stand your ground and stuff like that, that took 90 days to go into effect then. Because my thing is, should we be having to wait 3 months after this legislation passes and gets signed into law for it to go into effect, dude? No, it should be an immediate thing that fucking day, honestly. It should be like, no, we need to have this to protect the kids now, dude. Like, that's what it is. And the fact that, honestly, this is what pisses me off about them taking an entire summer break there for a few months. They should have been passing HB 616 back then, dude. You should have had HB 722 introduced like a month and a half ago and already be through the governor's desk right now. Because the kids are already back in school now, dude. And it's just ridiculousness. You should have already had that stuff be in place this fucking year is what it is, man. So that you couldn't have these communist indoctrinated pieces of shit in our fucking school systems anymore, dude. So they could be outed for the crap they're pushing and be tossed the fuck out and be replaced by somebody who's actually a good person that wants to teach kids real fucking skills and actually teach them real fucking, educational material like reading, writing, arithmetic, all that stuff like that, dude. The basic fundamentals that every kid should be learning. And on top of that, maybe teach them a little bit of constitutionalism. Maybe have a fucking, American history course really early on, or a constitutional course really early on, where you just teach the kids, K to 12, starting in kindergarten, just teach them, the basics of the Constitution. I mean, hell, there's people that have already written books about the basics of the Constitution and stuff like that, dude. And, of Second Amendment and stuff like that. You could easily have those books be introduced as legislation materials and stuff like that. Or sorry, as curriculum materials for that education purposes and stuff like that, and have those kids be read these books and stuff like that, dude. About the Second Amendment, about the First Amendment, about the Third Amendment, all that stuff like that, dude. And have them learn, 5, 6, 7 years old about their constitutional rights and what it means to them in the future. And hopefully that right there, we would create a new generation of constitutionalists down the road, dude. And it wouldn't be a bunch of young kids being Marxist indoctrinated by a bunch of bullshit and being told, oh, you're a piece of shit because you're a fucking white male or you're a fucking white female or something like that, dude. And just be shit upon for being a fucking white child, basically, dude. I don't know about anybody else out there, man, but I'm personally sick and tired of that shit, dude. And what I'm really sick and tired of is the fact that most of that anti-white racism is coming from fucking white liberals in this country now, dude. And it's like, no, I'm not a fucking racist. I'm not a fucking whatever the fuck you want to say I am, dude. You're just a fucking asshole who doesn't have a real fucking argument, and you want to call me things because I fucking call the shit out as I fucking see it is what it is, dude. So yeah, go fuck yourself, people who have slandered me in the past and will in the future. Anyway, that's pretty much where we're at for today, though. And like I said, I'm definitely going to be writing a thing for the parental rights bill for 616 there. Hopefully getting it submitted here over the weekend, and hopefully they'll be able to get it there for whenever they're doing the thing next week, Monday, Tuesday, whatever it's going to be. And I can actually have it submitted to them so it can be put on record and stuff like that. If nothing else, because I know it's going to take a few committee hearings for them to do that stuff. If nothing else, maybe if I can't get it through the first one or whatever, if it goes to like the state senate or whatever at some point in the future, maybe I'll try to do it on that side if that be the case then as well. And the thing is, like, I really want to have my thing be in there. If nothing else, like, if I can figure out somehow to get some way to get down to Columbus and actually talk in front of everybody and stuff like that and be, yeah, this is why we need these things. I'm in favor of this bill because, as someone who is an uncle to kids in these school systems, like, I don't want these, and that's the truth, honestly, dude. As someone who is an uncle to 2 kids in the Ohio school systems, I do not want to see my fucking niece and my fucking nephew indoctrinated with communist bullshit and being told that they're pieces of shit for being white kids, dude. That's the truth of the matter. Or having fucking any kind of other crap pushed on them, dude. Being like, oh no, you're actually a little boy, little girl, etc., dude. Now, granted, my nephew is old enough at this point where he's not gonna be having that shit, like he can push back against it. But my niece, dude, she is fucking vulnerable at her age to be susceptible to that bullshit. And it's like, no, you don't need to be teaching these young girls that, oh, they need to be trans men now or some crap like that. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that shit. And this is the entire problem right now. And this is why we need to derail this shit out of our fucking school systems by getting rid of these fucking communist indoctrinators to begin with, dude. These fucking sick sons of bitches who want to keep pushing this shit, dude, that don't have any kids of their own, that never will have any kids of their own, and are trying to indoctrinate another fucking generation into their sick depravity is what it is. And it's really as simple as that, man. And I will be damned if I ever let my fucking family be indoctrinated into that bullshit, man. Enough is enough of this crap. It's time to fight back. Time to fight back with legislation so that it doesn't come to fucking actual armed conflicts. Because honestly, that would be a future step if it doesn't go past this, dude. Like, if they keep pushing that shit, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be full-blown civil war, full-blown armed rebellions and stuff like that in the fucking streets, dude. And that's the last thing that I want to see happen right now, dude. Where you could easily stop this shit in its tracks right fucking now from it ever getting to that point, honestly. The problem is, it is time to cut off the fucking slippery slope of horse shit, dude. It's time to fucking spin it back around and let it drop into the fucking shitter is what it is, man, where it belongs. And flush it down the fucking toilet. Not have it literally go into our fucking water supply and poison the fucking well is what it is, man. And it's as simple as that, really. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all on the next one.